Actually, she's no stranger to TCF. She has been with us for the past many years, a life member, and she is ever so willing uh, to conduct many of these trainings and webinars for fellow Christian educators and beyond that also. Datin Indranee is a very experienced educator, as you can see, across all levels and both in Malaysia and England. Um, she's a qualified teacher, certified mental health first aid instructor in UK, and also HRD Corp certified trainer by Malaysia. She has served as an educator, school leader, trainer, and even facilitator. She is actively involved in training teachers in positive teaching strategies, behavior management, and mental health awareness, right? And so she's also very well known because she's also partly a TCF project manager for the preschool ministry. And that's why we have today's webinar for the preschool teachers. And her approach, I would say, is very practical. So as you go through later on, don't worry about the slides and the recording. We will send it out. Yeah. But just try your best to gather those gems, right? Especially those practical strategies and most of the time, she is more than willing to help even the school as well. All right. So with all this, let us welcome her. We can use the Zoom chat to welcome her. All right. Over to you, Datin Indranee.
Thank you, Venhao, and good morning, everyone. It's great to have you here this morning, and I want to thank you for your dedication. You are great teachers because you are prioritizing our professional development. Very important. The teacher I was 36 years ago and the teacher I am today is enormously different. Okay. So take every opportunity to learn. This morning, I'll be sharing with you some of my experience with behavior management. If our children are not, okay, emotionally, physically ready to learn, all right, it's difficult for us to teach. Yeah. So, what is behavior and how do we manage behavior? Firstly, let's go through the 6 foundations of behavior. These are the key principles of behavior, which we'll be going through today. Yeah. One, behavior is communication. So you need to ask yourself, what is the child trying to tell us? Why is he acting like that? What's he trying to tell us? Next, every behavior has a function. The child wants something from it. Thirdly, okay, you can see the iceberg, right? This is the behavior iceberg. Above the water is the behavior that we see. Okay? And then we get upset. They're shouting, yelling, running, okay, crying, whatever. But under the water, okay, are the actual reasons why they're behaving the way they are. Okay? Next, we need to learn about, okay, context or what's happening around the child, the environment. So we're going to learn ABC, antecedent, behavior, and consequence model. Fifthly, emotional connection, okay, is paramount. So you connect with the child, then help the child to regulate their emotions before you correct or you teach them. If a child is emotionally agitated, all right, they cannot learn. And finally, teach the child the behavior you want. So teach and reinforce replacement behavior. All right. So for teachers, see, observe the child, understand the behavior, support the child, help them to calm down, then teach the replacement behavior. Why? So that this inappropriate or disruptive behavior will not happen again. Okay. Firstly, let's ask ourselves what is behavior and what is not behavior. Okay. Behavior you can see, you can hear, you can count, you can time. Like running to the door, you can see. You can count how many times. Pushing a chair, you can see. You probably can hear also. Okay. You can also count. Cries for 3 minutes. Yeah. You can hear, you can see, you can time. Child says no and starts tearing the worksheet or paper. Yep, you can see it, you can time count it. And then child hides under the table, you can see it, you can time it. What is not behavior yet? Now these are the way we label the children, or this is what we guess, okay, their behavior is about. Okay. But all right, it's not behavior. For example, the child is naughty, lazy, attention-seeking, rude, traumatized. All these are labels. When you say the child is naughty, what does that mean? Does naughty mean the child snatched somebody's toy? Does naughty mean that the child refuses to do work? Does naughty mean that the child pushes, okay, his book onto the floor? Lazy. What is the meaning of lazy? Won't do work. Okay, puts the head down on the table. All right, doesn't bring the book up. Is that lazy? Attention seeking, rude. Okay, so these are all what? Your guesses. And then traumatized. Okay, uh, it is true that children, teenagers, actually all of us can get traumatized. One example is if you've been in an accident, then after that, okay, the next time you need to get into the car to drive the car again, my hands started shaking, because my body remembered the accident. Okay, that is trauma. So you may have an issue like this. All right, you shout at the children in class, and suddenly this child does this. You know what that could be? It could be that it happens at home, and then just say it's the father, the adult in the family, then hits the children. So you what? You try to protect yourself. Okay? So, but the thing is that trauma is not for you to diagnose. Okay? You can bring it up to your principal, to your school counselor, to your principal. Okay? Something that I need to tell you all is this, yeah? It is very important. If you notice physical signs of abuse on your children, okay, you need to bring it up with the principal, okay, and then depending on, look at the bruises, how bad it is, you need to make a police report. Under the law, young children are supposed to be safeguarded by us, okay? Then if the child tells you certain things, okay, for example, you have a child who says that somebody in the family touches her inappropriately, you would also need to make a report. It happens, and by the way, don't say this, Ayya, the father and mother, okay, very rich, T20, the father is the CEO of this and the mother is that. Doesn't mean that when you come from a rich family, abuse doesn't occur. Yeah, so remember, you need to make a police report. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this. Can you all try? Is this behavior or not behavior? The child runs to the door. Behavior. The child is attention seeking. What is the meaning of attention seeking? So this is not behavior. The child covers ears and crawls under the table. Very specific description of what the child does. This is behavior. Child is lazy. You're not certain what lazy means, yeah? Child pushes another child's shoulder. Yeah, very clearly, behavior. Let's look at column B. Child is traumatized. Nope. Okay, and also not for you to diagnose. Child says no and tears the paper. Behavior. The child wants control. What does that mean? Child stares silently for 20 seconds. Behavior. Child is rude. The word rude is too general. Okay, you don't actually know what happened. Yeah. Right. So let's look at the right, not behavior yet. Attention seeking is a possible function of behavior. We'll do later. Lazy is a label. Traumatized is a diagnosis or an assumption. Okay. Once control, this is your interpretation of the child's behavior. It's not the actual behavior. Rude, again, is a label. So if you look at the bottom, the teacher, how can a teacher move to change labels into observation? So instead of the word lazy, observe what the child is doing and write it down. Child puts head on the desk, no writing after 5 minutes. Okay, so instead of lazy, you actually, all right, describe what the child did, the child's actions. Then you ask the child, now, what might this child need, or what skill should I teach this child? And we'll be going on to that. All right, boundaries. What teachers can and cannot or should not do. Number one, observe patterns. The child is always like this on Mondays. Okay? Now, I had a case whereby, because school principals and counselors will actually consult me, yeah. So what happened was that there's this boy in year 3 or year 4, all right? Very intelligent boy, speaks very well and all that, yeah. And every time that visitors to the school or parents who want to inquire, what happens is the principal will ask this boy to take the visitors on the tour. Unfortunately, every Monday when he comes to school, he's totally different. He cannot focus. He'll be zooming around, he's all over the place. All right. So, they didn't know what to do. All right. Now, spoke to me. So I asked them that I asked this question. What happens before Sunday, before Monday? It's Sunday, right? And Saturday he's not in school. Where is he? What does he do? Then we found out that on Sundays, the child is sent to grandma and grandpa's house. And then, you know what happens? Granny, can I have chocolate cake? Can I have strawberry ice cream? Can I have, gummy bears, whatever, because mommy very bad. Mommy won't let me eat. You know what happened, right? So grandparents can. So then from then onwards, every Sunday before he comes, they will prepare all the sweets and all that. Let me tell you that this boy actually has ADHD and is on medication. Okay, so one of the questions I had asked was that on Mondays, does the mother give the medication? The mother says yes. But the problem was ADHD children shouldn't take sugar. It makes them more hyper. The problem was that they had taken so much sugar on Sunday that on Monday it didn't work. Okay, all right. So then I said, very simple. Every Monday when he comes like this, hyper, ask the mother to take home. Then after a while, okay, what I realized? Hey, wait a minute. I'm punishing the mother, right? But it's not the mother who's doing it, isn't it? Correct? So I told them to tell, when you come, you send your son to your in-laws house, to the popo there, the grandmother there. Okay, so she just had to send 2 times. After that, there was no more sugar and sweets on and ice cream on Sunday. Okay, because the grandparents couldn't tahan it. Okay, right. So observe patterns. When does it happen? Is it at a certain time, a certain day, or just before a certain subject? There's always issue when it comes to handwriting practice. Ah, other activities, no problem. Then you say, what is it about handwriting practice? Check. Record facts. Okay. Actually, what you could do is that you could have a book, all right? And what you do is, here. You can have a book, right? So your book is this way, isn't it? You open it across. So you put the child's name here, and then whatever you observe on the, okay, whatever you observe on the left, and then after that, just say you wrote here contacted parents or whatever. Then on this side, for the next 2 week or two, you observe what happened. I like using one side of the page, one side of the book, and the other I leave it blank because I find it better recording better that way, instead of one after the other. Because when it comes to chronologically, it will be okay different. Support regulation. So the child needs help in managing their emotions. They want to cry, they want to yell, they want to shout, they want to hit. Okay, why? Because they are young, they have not learned how to regulate their emotions or no self-control. So we need to help them with that. I will go through that later. We need to teach the children routines and teach them skills. Teach them routines and teach them skills. Can you believe it that last year I encountered a 15-year-old boy who cannot make jam sandwich and cannot make his own Milo. Okay? Everything done by kakak or mother until 15 years old cannot make a simple, sandwich. Why? Not stupid, no skills. Why? Not taught. Yep. Follow safeguarding procedures. Safeguarding means how your school is going to protect children. All right. So obviously, one safeguarding procedure you all have is that if the parent cannot come to pick up the child, they must inform the school office and they must tell who is coming and what is the car number plate, isn't it, of the person coming. Why? Because you don't want to kidnap the child. So in the same way, we must have our own safeguarding procedures for children. One of it is like what I said. If you notice bruises, etc. Okay, right. Do not do this. Do not force a child to tell what happened if there's been issues at home. And then you are not a reporter. Don't keep asking again and again. So even if it's something not at home, but even in something that happens in school, all right, you ask once, you ask twice, enough. Don't have to keep pushing, all right, for the child to tell you the whole story. The child may not be able to, all right, one, a bit young, two, no vocabulary, and then number three, when we are very angry, after that, can you remember exactly what you said or did when you were angry? Or when you were upset, you were crying? No, right? So a child may not remember. Okay? And then do not promise that you will keep things secret. The child asks you to keep something secret from their mother, from their grandfather. You are not, all right? What? And also, if it's older kids, teenagers, suicidal ideation. They say they want to commit suicide. They tell you and they say, you please, no, don't tell anybody. Then what you're supposed to actually say is, I won't tell everybody what, okay, you have shared with me, but your safety, okay, is vital. Okay, if your safety is if you are in danger or if your safety, okay, or you're not safe, then I will have to get help. Okay, If you are not safe, then I will have to get help. All right. Don't say that some child has PTSD or attachment disorder. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. These are all medical and psychological. So mental health professionals deal with this, but you can inform your school, and then the school will inform the parents. Now, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. I had it twice because of accidents, and I'm telling you, having to go back to drive the car, I was shaking. Okay. But then the thing was this, I had no choice because my husband is visually disabled, so he doesn't drive. So I had to drive. So he sat next to me, okay, and then put his hand on my lap to pat me. Then while I tried to drive at 20 kilometer an hour. Okay. But because was forced to do it, I had no choice. Within 2 days or three days, I overcame it. The anxiety, but it was there. Okay, it was there. All right. Then don't try to bribe the children with food. Okay, I give you chocolate. You do this, or take away something, some food from them as punishment, or then don't shame them in public. Okay. Right. When we are stressed, something happens. Okay. Example. All right. Suddenly you're walking you're hiking in the jungle. One lion, a tiger appears in front of you. Okay. Some of us, we are like statue, don't know what to do. So let's freeze. We stare at the lion. We are silent and we cannot answer. Okay. There are some of us, okay, and then run, flight. We run, we hide, we avoid. We try, if we can, we climb a tree. Okay. Then there may be one or two who look around for a weapon, a tree branch. Lion, a tiger, you come and whack you. That is the fight response. Okay. The fight response. All right. Then the shutdown response will actually be in the classroom or home, whereby teacher asks you to do something, you cannot do it, or you'll be scolded, you put your head down. You won't. All right. Now, okay, I like this poster. Stress response. Young children respond to stress in different ways. One, fight. They're upset. You ask a child to do something, or you ask a child to return the toy that he snatched. They start to shout, hit, grab, kick. Some, all right, running away, hiding, leaving the group, avoiding. Others, they freeze, so they stare, they are quiet, they cannot answer, and they just stand there like a statue. Shut down is when the child puts the head down, there's no eye contact, very withdrawn, won't talk to anybody, tearful, very low energy. Okay. So have you seen these stress responses in your students? You have, right? But you didn't realize they were stress responses. So running, okay, tearful, all right, hiding, hitting, kicking, all this actually are behavior. But what caused the behavior? It is not something which the children control. Stress responses are automatic. Okay? Right? Stress responses are automatic. So for teachers, remember at the bottom of the poster, help the child to regulate, calm down, control emotion. Then connect with the child emotionally. Then only you correct, tell them what is not right. Then you teach them the replacement skill. This is the part most of us do not do. We are very good at correcting and we correct them very negatively. Then stop. You need to teach replacement skills so the same unacceptable behavior won't keep occurring. Okay, next, emotional thermometer. All right. This is a 0 to 10 or 0 to 5 thermometer. Okay, this is a wonderful thermometer, magical thermometer. It you can use it to measure anger, happiness, sadness, frustration, okay, whatever. So just say we anger, all right. So at the bottom, you see the green and the blue, very calm, maybe sleepy, too calm and ready. I feel okay, okay. Yellow is, oops, I'm worried. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit annoyed. 4, upset or over. I feel angry. I'm stressed. I'm close to losing control. And 5, okay. I feel furious, panicky, out of control. Now, let me tell you this, teachers. If you want your children to learn, okay, they learn best when their emotional thermometer is at 1 or 2, blue and green. So if your children are 3, and 4, actually they cannot learn. You are wasting your time. It's not going in. Okay. Once you start at number 4, you know what happens? This one happens. They start moving into their stress response states. So at 4, they start moving into this, so they cannot learn. Okay. Then you get upset because they are not responding to you. But in their brain, they can't. Okay. Right. So this is the one that we don't want, number 5. Screaming, yelling, rolling on the floor and all that. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to, okay, help the children to regulate their emotions. Let's look at the left. Ask them or give them a drink of water. Use a calm corner. Overseas, we have one corner, which is a calm corner. Usually we put a tent so the children can go in and then disappear for a while. The others can't see them. Okay. Have a nice chair, this kind of like Japanese ones. They can sit in the corner. Put the chair in such a way that it doesn't face the classmates, can face the wall. Teach them how to ask for help. If they're starting to feel like number 3, number 4, teach them to ask for help. And then teach them what? Deep breathing and relaxation exercise. Teach them to talk to an adult, talk to a teacher or counselor. Okay, so you teach them, notice your feelings, know what you're feeling, all right? And you know the level, your emotional thermometer, where you are, which level you are. Then use one of the strategies, like drink water, breathe, ask for help, okay? Ask for support. This applies to us also, correct? And you notice that the emotional thermometer will go up and down several times on the same day. Okay, for example, number 1, okay, you got up early in the morning, got breakfast, then you're driving to work, you're quite happy. Okay, then you're maybe at number 2. All right, driving, then whoops, traffic jam. Okay, jam, right. After 15 minutes, you're still in a jam. You're probably moving up to number 3 already. Correct. You're moving up to number 3. Okay, right. Then after 25 minutes, you're still there. Die. Okay, now you're feeling very angry. All right. Then you call the school to say you're jammed up. All right. Then, thank God it started moving. Because if not, you know what happens? If it goes, you get even more upset. There are some of us who bang on the steering wheel or the dashboard, right? And then road rage. When it's road rage, where do you think the person is? Obviously, the person is already 5. Then when we are because we at 4, then we reach school. Whew, slowly it comes down. Correct? Right. So you can use this emotional thermometer to track the intensity of your feelings, and then you take action to keep yourself calm, under control. Now, your students are young, they don't know self-control. So, all right, they just project their feelings. They don't have the self-control. They haven't learned it yet. They haven't developed it yet. Unfortunately, nowadays, many teenagers also haven't learned self-control yet. Okay, so what you and I need to do as teachers is that we help them to control their feelings. Okay, we teach them, we support them to do it. It's just like this. You want to draw a straight line, you use a ruler, right? So we are the ruler to guide. They can draw the line on their own without a ruler, it'll be crooked. Right? But when we are there, we're the ruler, we help straighten it. Okay. Behavior detective. You have a child who hides under a table or grabs another child's toy, okay, doesn't answer a question. When is lunch? When is lunch? When is lunch? Or the child runs to the door. Instead of thinking, how do I stop this behavior? Okay, what you do is you ask yourself, what might this child need and what skill can I teach? What might this child need and what skill can I teach? And usually the what might this child need will be, first of all, we'll start with emotional safety. A child hides under a table, usually there's an issue about emotional safety. Okay? So then what is actually happening? Do you know? Then what can you say to help the child feel safer? Then, all right, I don't want the child going under the table again whenever. So what skill can I teach this child so that he won't go under the table? Okay. Behavior iceberg for primary students, also kindergarten. Icebergs, yeah, 1/3 above the water, 2/3 underneath. You can see 1/3 only. Most of the iceberg is under the sea level. So what do we see? The visible behavior is calling out, crying, refusing work, pushing, leaving the seat, hiding under the table, arguing. So this is what we see. Okay. Now, what we don't see under the sea level. What is hidden under the surface? Need for attention or connection, difficulty with emotion, sensory overload, tiredness, hunger, learning difficulty, anxiety, change in routine, family stress, communication difficulty, need for safety. All these things are actually underneath, and all right, the child may express these, all right, using the behavior that we see above, which is not acceptable in a classroom. Okay, so the unacceptable behavior is just the surface. You need to go and figure out what is hiding underneath. Most of us will just react to the surface behavior. Yeah, you just react to the surface behavior. We need to check what's happening. So behavior is communication. Look beneath the behavior to understand the need. Simple example is this. You've got a 3-year-old baby. Wah, wah, wah. Oops. Why is the baby crying? Baby cannot tell you. So what do you do? Number one, check diaper. Oh, diaper is clean. Wah, wah, wah. Or maybe it's hungry. Bring the bottle. Child baby doesn't want. Maybe I carry, pet, pet. Walk around. Also, wah, wah, wah. Okay. Then in the end, okay. Switch on the aircon. No, where. Oh, the baby was hot. Okay. So what happened was that we had we didn't that we couldn't understand the baby's where language. So we had to go and what? Diff try different things until we get it. So in the same way, remember your child's behavior, arguing, pushing, refusing work. All right. That is the behavior. What is causing it is underneath. So you need to find that. So you are a behavior detective. Right. Why do children behave the way they do? or what are the functions of behavior? There are 4. To get or obtain a toy or an activity. Example, mommy, so you see the toy? So nice, I like, please buy for me. No, no toy today. Mommy, please, no. Okay, why did the child cry? Want the toy. Okay, right? And then this is an exam for the mother. I will wait outside for you. Okay, when you're ready, you come. 5 minutes later, the child comes out, no sound. Second option, this is the mother's exam answer. No, no toy. Wah! Shh. All right, so embarrassing. Quiet. Why? Toy, no toy. Why? Shh. Okay. I buy a toy for you. You keep quiet. Then I buy the toy for you. Mommy. Okay, mommy. Thank you, mommy. Uh, then you know what happens? The next time they go to the supermarket and he sees a toy. Mommy, toy. Wah! Yeah, you know what happened or not? The child found out the mother's ATM PIN number. The PIN number is why then the mommy embarrassed, the mommy will buy. Okay, so we must be very careful of our reaction. Our response. Your response can either stop that behavior or what? It can entrench it. They do it more often because it helps them get what they want. Next, to escape. Work is given, teacher, toilet, teacher, then stand up, sharpen pencil, okay? And then instead of sharpening one pencil, our friend tries to sharpen the whole pencil, the whole box of color pencil, all right? So sometimes you may have, right. Let me go on first. Okay, then to gain attention or connection. Have you had a student like this? Teacher, is this correct? Thank you. Teacher, can you check my answer? Okay. Have you had students like that come to you 3, 4, 5, 6 times? Okay. It's a bit sad. The child can actually keep coming to you. Yes, they want attention, but the reason is that they're not getting attention at home from the parents. The other reason could also be that they lack self-confidence and self-esteem. So they want you to check before they go on. Yeah. Right. For students who do that, what you can do is, example, teacher, can you check my answer? Yes, Mary. This is correct. Well done. Thank you. Second time. Teacher. Yes, this is correct. Right, Mary, can you go and sit down and answer the next question? When you are done, put up your hand. I will come. Yes, Mary, well done. Can you answer the next question? And then you put up your hand, yeah? Good. Now, Mary, can you answer the next, 2 questions, right? And I will come after I have checked the other students' work. All right? Okay. So what I'm doing is that I'm trying to make sure the girl doesn't come to me. I want her bum on her seat. So I tell her that I will come and check. And I do it a few times. Okay? So then slowly she realizes that she doesn't have to all right, get up. And what I do you see, in the beginning is when you have finished, put up your hand. So she controls, when I go to her. After that, what did I do? Do the questions. I will come back. I'm not sure when, but I will come back when I have checked the other students' work. So she learns what? That she has to wait a bit, but I will come. You do it for a few days, all right? The child will learn how to sit. Don't scream and shout. It doesn't work. So that is teaching a replacement skill. Okay, and you notice what I did, yeah? When I was trying to teach her to sit and wait, I didn't do everything at once. You notice I broke it up. When you teach a skill, you break it up. So number 1 was getting her to sit down. Okay? Right? But she can still control because she puts up her hand and I will come. After that, it was you sit down, okay? I will come. I'm not sure when, but I will come. So you're stretching the time she has to wait. Okay. Then, okay, sensory and physical need. Children cannot sit down for long, at the most 10 minutes. Yep. So teachers, especially kindergarten teachers, need to be mindful that every 10 minutes or so, you need to have different activities. Okay. You need to have a different activity, right? Like standing up, stretching, okay, finger exercises. Finger exercises are good. You know why? It helps to strengthen their fingers and that improves handwriting because their stronger fingers can hold and control a pencil better. Okay. So it could also be, all right, everybody stand up. Simon says, simple. I know, just to get them to move around and then they sit down. Uh, all right. Now, uh, there was a case that I had. This boy was in year 3, okay? Very good boy. He'll do his work, no problem to anybody. But then one day the teacher noticed that and the teacher noticed and the teacher went and told the principal and the principal contacted me. Apparently, for the past few days, this boy will stand up around 11:30 to 11:40 a.m. and start walking around the classroom. Teacher asks him to sit down, he won't sit down. When the teacher, pushes, then he'll leave the classroom and go and sit in the canteen because lunch is at 12. So what I did was that I got a teacher, guru pendidikan khas, a special educator, Silviana Bonade, to go to the school to observe the child. So Silviana arrived at the school at about 11:15. She sat at the back. Lo and behold, around 11:30 or so, the boy stood up. Sylvian went to talk to him. Nope, he refused. Sylvian followed him around, tried to persuade him. Then he walked out to the canteen. So after the children left for break, Sylvian went to the boy's table and chair and sat down and started feeling under the table, under the chair to see whether there's anything poking him and all that. Then she looked out the window. The boy's desk was in the first row next to the window. She looked out the window and aha! She found out why the boy didn't want to sit down. Okay? This is a mystery for you all to solve. So listen, the boy's table is next to the window. Around 11:30 to 11:40, all right, he will stand up and he doesn't want to sit there. Can anyone guess why? Boy comes to school, sits at his desk, does his work, no problem. Around 11:30 to 11:40, he stands up. It doesn't matter what subject it is. If it's 11:30 or so, he will stand up and walk around. Something, yes, Wenhao?
He's hungry.
He's hungry. Very strange. The past few months not hungry. Only. Okay. So it is I have some chat answers. Is there anyone there? It's getting hotter. No. But it's linked to that. It's linked to the time and it's linked to the outside nature. The difference between,
The
yeah,
sunlight is shining on him.
correct, Bernhao.
Oh,
It's the sun. You know what happened? Last week, a new teacher came to work and the new teacher went and parked her car outside the boy's window. So what happens around 11:30 or 12, 11:30 or 11:40? The sun, right? So the sunlight higher and higher, then what happens? The sunlight reflected off the windscreen directly into the poor boy's eyes. Okay, some of you may want to ask, hey, how come he doesn't tell the teacher? You know why? Because my dear boy is autistic and he doesn't speak. Do you know that 30% of children with autism don't speak? He is one of them. But work and all that, very good. Very, okay, very meticulous in his work. And then his handwriting is excellent, very nicely formed. Okay, he can write. He just doesn't speak. So the poor boy couldn't tell why. Okay, so you may have children who language skills are not very good, who cannot tell you either. I think in another school, perhaps a poor boy will have been scolded like nobody's business. Correct? Not?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So there are 4 functions of behavior. So this is the PDF I sent you. My contact is there if anyone wants to contact me for, a consultation or to run a workshop. I have put in the lovely illustrations and posters. I like them very much. That's very eye-catching, easy to remember. Then this is this is an ABC, antecedent behavior consequence recording chart, which you use, all right, to keep track of your students' behavior. The calm response, de-escalation, visual support. I will be going through these, and then, all right. After that, from page 7, there are scenarios. We may just do 1 or 2 together. The rest, all right, you look through on your own, and I have included the full answers. So you can, all right, check yourself, correct? All right. I designed the scenarios this way. At the top, you have the situation. Then after that, okay, you notice I say task A, what could be happening? I put about 6 different things that may be happening, and then you tick all that apply. Okay. Then this is to help you with your ABC analysis, like the form just now. And then this is what? Task C is teacher talk, what you actually say. Okay, is what you say effective or ineffective? Then task D is teacher action, what you do. Okay, is your action effective or ineffective? And task E, replacement behavior, which can you teach? Okay, then let me move it to and then here are the answers. Yeah. Okay, the answers actually have what? The answers actually have explanations. All right. After this set, there is another set of scenarios. Yep. Right. Another set. This one focuses more on analyzing the behavior. Okay. A minute. Let's look at the ABC model. Okay. What is ABC? Antecedent, behavior, and consequence. So we start with the B. What did the child do? So the child throws pencil and shouts. Now, what happened before the child threw the pencil and shouted? What happened before? Oh, teacher said it's tidy up time. And after that, do written work. Okay, loud transition to tidy up time. Very noisy. Okay, consequence. All right. The consequence depends on what you are going to do. Shout at the child, make the child stand in the corner, or, okay, you stay calm and you guide the child. Okay, you guide the child back to appropriate classroom behavior. Help the child to calm down. So antecedent, behavior, consequence. All right. So at the bottom of the poster, ask yourself what need, trigger, or skill gap might be involved. So for this child, okay, it doesn't like transition, changing, and it doesn't like noise, loud, kind of noise. So what the teacher can actually change is next time, before changing to another activity, before transition, give a warning. Okay, in 3 minutes, we tidy up. Okay, tidy up time in 3 minutes. And the teacher says it. The teacher doesn't use a whistle or loud sound. Okay, so that won't startle the child. If I want to ask you this, what kind of stress response is this? Throw things. Fight, right? The stress response here is a fight response. What another child could do actually is very quietly go to one corner and sit like that with the head down. Okay, so that child will be shut down. Yeah. So use objective observation before deciding what support or teaching is needed. So look for the antecedent, the behavior, the consequence. What is the need now? What can the teacher or the adult change before, during, or after the behavior? Number one, we did it in the beginning. Describe the behavior, don't label the child. Then look at language used. If it's a foreign child, and even some of our own Malaysians, especially the Chinese, Chinese-speaking Chinese families who speak only Chinese at home, and they send the child to a kindergarten which is more English-speaking, there may be an issue with the language. They tak faham you. Okay. Next is the child's development. Do you talk to a 2-year-old the same way you talk to a 6-year-old? No, right? Correct. So you must also think of the child's mental and emotional development. Yeah. And use, okay, appropriate language and appropriate technique to reach out to the child. Next, routines. If children already know the routine, it is easier for them. Okay, it's easier for them to actually comply. All right. Then beware of sensory needs. Example, if it is a very hot day, you may have to turn on 2 air cons and not one. Because I think all of us, if it's very hot and very hot and humid day, we're a bit grumpy, aren't we? Correct? Irritable. Children sama lah. Okay, grumpy, irritable. Then the other one, another sensory need is light. There are some children who have big issues if you're using very strong, very bright light. In fact, I need to tell you this. Yeah, you know your fluorescent light? When the bulb is about, the fluorescent light, a tube, the starter or whatever is about to die, what do you get? You get disco light, right? On, off, blinking. Very irritating, isn't it? We cannot tahan one. We will definitely go and do something about it as soon as possible. Okay? Now, let me tell you, there are some children, especially if they have autistic traits, the eyes are very sensitive to light. So even if it's a normal fluorescent light and they're sort of like sitting underneath it, okay, what happens is that they see the blinking even if we don't. That means the fluorescent light is always blinking, but very fast, so we can't see it. But for them, they can see. So can you imagine how irritating that is? So there's that. Then another one is sound, noise, pulling the chair, all that. Okay? So do something about it. Either you got choice, you teach your children to carry the chair, or you put socks on your chairs. You all know you can buy socks for the chairs, right? I've seen them in Daiso and all that. All right. Then physical needs. Hungry, sleepy. Okay, hungry or sleepy, then sorry, they won't be able to learn and they'll be very grouchy. Then you teach a replacement behavior in small steps. Right? Remember my little girl who keeps coming to me, is this answer right? Is this answer correct? Teach replacement behavior in small steps. Okay, teachers, this is for you. When the children are behaving inappropriately, okay, just say this boy shouted at another student and then pushed the other child. Okay, number one is remember, check yourself and calm down, regulate yourself. Okay, this is CALM. Then when you talk to the child, okay, acknowledge, tell the child that, okay, they are feeling upset. Okay, then limit the unsafe behavior and then show or model to the child what should be done. I just realized that A and L, the speech bubble is incorrect. It should be the teacher talking, not the boy talking. I just saw it. Okay, I have to go and change it. Okay, so you name, so for acknowledging the child's feeling, name the feeling, show you understand, give time to calm. For example, I can see you're feeling upset. Then, remember not, he pushed. You need to set clear limits on acceptable and not acceptable behavior. So no hitting, no pushing, right? So what you do? You can say, let's have safe hands. You can say that, or let's keep our hands to ourselves. Normally, I get teachers, especially if they're preschooler, to teach the children the concept of safe hands. So no need to say, you must not hit anybody or with your hands. Your hands must be put here. You don't have to give lecture. No? All you say, safe hands. What are safe hands? Hands to yourself on your lap or hands crossed. Okay, safe hands are enough. All right, that is to stop them from using the hands in an unsafe way. And then, all right, okay, then what does the teacher do? And model. Show the child, teach the child what to do instead. Offer a simple choice, teach a better option, and then praise calm behavior. Okay, so the goal for the teacher is make sure everyone is safe. Then you help the child regulate their emotion, and then at the end, problem solving. Let's see what we can do about this behavior. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, you have your workbook with you, yeah? Can you turn to page 7? Sorry, I don't, page 24. Go to page 24. Page 24. It's on the screen now. Okay, scenario 1, writing refusal. During writing, Sarah stares at the page, breaks her pencil tip, and says, I hate this. When the teacher moves closer, she puts her head down. Okay? So what is the issue? Not doing the work, right? Putting the head down. Yep. What happened before the behavior? What's the antecedent? It's right. A writing task has been given. Okay, writing task has been given. Right. So now let's look at the behavior analysis. Tick all answers supported by the scenario. What are the possible antecedent or trigger? A. Writing may feel too difficult, unclear, or lengthy. B. Sarah may fear mistakes or have weak confidence in writing. C. Previously, some other teacher publicly corrected her, so she's all right, she's very embarrassed about it. She's fatigued or tired, or she's not sure how to start. D. Sarah has already completed the task successfully and is waiting for extension work, which is not correct.
You all can put the answer in the chat also. Huh?
Okay. Avan, how you jaga the chat for me? Okay, what is not correct is D. Obviously, she hasn't completed the task. A is correct, definitely. B is correct. C, all right, it's possible. She can hate writing because she was corrected by the teacher in front of the whole class. Or she's not sure how to start. That can happen. Next, observable behavior. What can you see? A, stares at the page instead of beginning. B, breaks her pencil tip. C, says, I hate this, puts her head down when the teacher approaches. And D, throws furniture and leaves the room. D is not correct because the scenario doesn't tell us that she did that. Then consequences or outcomes. The writing task pauses or is delayed. The teacher moves closer and may give individual support. Sarah may gain temporary escape from writing. Sarah completes the paragraph more quickly. Yep, so the writing task is paused or delayed. Right? Next, the teacher can move closer and give individual support. Yes, you can do that. Sarah gains temporary escape from writing. Yes, for 5 minutes, she's not doing her work. D is not correct. Now, this is important. Do not allow the child to get away with not doing the task completely. So, if the writing task, there are 10 questions, you go and next to the child, support the child and do a few, at least 5. The rest, never mind. But at least, all right, some work is done so that the child does not, all right, repeat this in future. Put the head down, expect, no need to write, no need to do work. Okay? Do less. Likely function of behavior. Why did she do this? A, escape or avoidance of a difficult or overwhelming task, correct? Regulation or help seeking may be secondary. Okay, that means not primary. She doesn't know how. Put that down because she doesn't know how to ask. Okay, yep. Connection or reassurance from an adult may be involved, yes. All right, if the teacher comes over and then, ask her what is going on and then says, okay, you do question, you get, okay, what do you do for the, look at the first question. What is the answer? Good, now you can write it down. That will help. Next, access to a preferred toy. No, there's no toy here. What do you teach? The replacement, what replacement skill do you teach? Or what support do you give? The teacher will teach Sarah to ask for help. Or, all right, take a short agreed break. Correct? Use a sentence starter and model the first idea. Yes. So do the first few words to help the child to start. Okay? Give an example of how answer can be written. Chunk the task and reinforce beginning one small step. Okay. Chunking the task means this. You give the child a worksheet. It's a reading comprehension worksheet. Answer. Okay. Actually, what does the child have to do first? The child has to read the passage, isn't it? Correct? Then the child has to read the first question and then go look for the answer in the passage, then read the second. So chunking is that you help the child to break up the work. So you tell it, okay, Sarah, can you read the first paragraph? Okay, right. Now, look at the question. Read the question? Right. The question, what does the question want? The question, the cat's name. All right. The question wants the cat's name. Go back to the first paragraph. Did you read is the cat's name in the first paragraph? Yes. What's the cat's name? Ginger. Excellent. Now, can you write the answer? So you may need to, all right, break it down like that. Yeah. Then I like the last one. This is the one I say cannot do. Remove writing whenever Sarah refuses to write. She'll be so happy, man. Yeah. Okay, we'll look at the next question, the next part. Now let's look at B, effective teacher talk. A, this is what the teacher says. Start with the first three words. I'll check back after one sentence. Effective? Yes. You are, what do you call it? Cutting it into small bits for her. B, everyone else can do it. This, you are wasting time. If she can do it, I don't think the head will be down. So ineffective. Stop avoiding the work and write the whole paragraph now. Also ineffective. May not know what to do. May not know how to write. Then if you put your head down again, you lose break. All right. When writing feels hard, use your help card or ask, can you help me with the first idea? I will go through all these help cards and all that later. Yes. Okay. You're teaching the child to ask for help. Okay. F, you can say, I need help starting. Let's choose one sentence to write first. Effective. Teacher action, effective or ineffective? Break the task into short steps and praise the first completed step. Yes. Remove every writing task when Sarah says it's hard. You're going to create a monster, I tell you, in the class. Then C, give a sentence starter and model the first idea. Yes, effective. D, check in privately. That means don't shout across the whole classroom. Go to the girl, check in privately. Okay, whenever she needs help, you may want to have a hand signal. Because sometimes children feel embarrassed. Others can do, they cannot do. All right? So you just walk there when she waves or whatever. Then complete the paragraph for Sarah. You do the work for her so she doesn't become upset. I am very upset about this. This is happening, you know where? This is happening in private and international schools where they have children with special needs and the school allows the parents to pay for a teacher aide or shadow aide. But you know what the issue is? The teacher aides and shadow aides are not trained. So what they've been doing is that they are doing the work for the child. So all the work is done very beautiful. Teacher very happy, class teacher very happy, subject teacher very happy. When it comes to exams, okay, or when the teacher aide is not there, no work can be done. So are they teaching or they're not teaching? No. Okay. Then let me tell you the worst thing that happened. It happened last year, I think around July, August. Someone called me. They said they got my number from somebody else to ask whether or not I can help him find a teacher aide for his child. I said, I can try. Then, of course, I ask, how old is your child? He will be starting A levels in September. And you want to teach at 8. That means through all the years, autistic, but very high functioning. So you mean that he's going to go to A levels to the teacher 8 and teacher 8 to university. So the child it has actually not been trained to be independent. Okay. Publicly, publicly compare Sarah with students who have already finished. Of course not. Replacement skills. Tell her to put her head down until an adult while the adult completes the work. No. B, avoid writing whenever it feels difficult. No. Ask for help using an agreed phrase. Yes. Use the sentence starter independently. Yes. Use a help card or discrete signal. Yes. Start with one small writing step. Yes. Okay. So what you can do is you go through the scenarios. One set here on page 24. The other set is, I think, on page 7. Yeah. The next one is calling out answers. Okay. And then now I will show you. Yeah. Here are your answers. Okay. Now, do you have this in your classroom? If you're already using this in your classroom, it will help you a lot with managing behavior. Okay. Number 1, have a simple visual timetable. Okay. Give transition warnings before changing activities. Demonstrate routines. Don't just explain using words, because there are some whose language skills are not so good. Yep. Use help, break, toilet, or water cards. And then rules are to be stated positively. So instead of no running, you say walking feet, please, or please walk. Okay. Right. Put it in the positive. You know why? The child is running, right? Stop! No running! The teacher walks off. Then the child stands there. No running. Then what am I supposed to do? Oh, teacher not run. Run lah! Okay? But when you say, walk, please. Walk, please. Walking feet. Then the child will change. Then he knows he can walk. So tell the child what you want him to do. Okay? Then like, safe hands. Okay? Then they know what to do automatically. And then all the staff and teachers need to use the same words, okay? If not, the children get confused. All right. Now, think about it afterwards. What is one thing that you want to implement in your class next week? Okay, right. These are some resources you can use in your classroom. Okay. First, then boards, arrival and goodbye routine, visual timetable, choice board, help, break, toilet card, emotion card, change warning. Now look at the picture on the screen. You see above the whiteboard, this is a visual timetable. So blue is what? You come to school with, okay, there's a blue bag there. Then after that, clap, 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 probably circle time. Then it is recess or break or snack time. Then it looks like it's coloring time. And then, okay, jacket, it's time to go home. Okay, right? A visual timetable. Now, the teacher is trying to tell the children, okay, now we are going to have play time, block time. After that, it will be story time. So this is the first, we have blocks, then we have story. So this is the first then block. Then on the extreme left, vertically, you know what this is? This is actually a visual class rules poster. When you come in the morning, okay, you're smiling, you're happy. Next, we use safe hands. Then the heart is we are kind to each other. Then before this, you already explained out what is kind. Okay. Then when you sit down on the carpet, okay, you put your hands on your knees and you cross your legs. And then we always walk in class, walking feet. Easier for the children to understand. Okay? Yep. Okay. So these are examples of visual supports. So I went through you just now visual timetable. Okay, if you have a child who keeps asking you, when is recess? When can is recess? All right. And actually now, all right, it is what? Circle time. He wants to know when is break. So he said, all right, after circle time, we have literacy. Then it's playtime. After playtime is snack time. Okay. So first, okay, we have circle time, literacy, play, and then snack. Okay. Sometimes children keep asking you because in their minds they cannot visualize. They cannot see it. So with a picture like that, it's easier. Have you all been in cars before when your children were young or somebody else's child? Mommy, when are we going to arrive? When are we going to arrive? Mommy, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Wait, 1 hour, 2 hours, wait. The child cannot understand the concept. All right. Next, first and then board. First, we're going to do writing, then it is playtime. You can also give them a choice board. Okay, they can choose the activity they want. Do you want to do coloring or you want to read a book? So for all this, you all need to get pictures. Yeah. All right. Velcro is easier to use. If you Velcro it, then you pull it off and put another picture. Okay, number 4 are the help break toilet water finish cards. Has this happened to you in 10 minutes? Teacher, I want to go to toilet. Teacher, can I drink water? Teacher, I want water also. Teacher, how do I do this right? Teacher, so he took my Lego. I tell you, can go crazy. So what happens is that to reduce the amount of noise and speaking and all that, the children show the cards and the teacher will nod and say, okay. It helps to cut down. The other thing it does is that it helps the child, all right, to get help. It teaches them to get help. All right. Now, you can make these cards for your children. Help card, break card, toilet card, water card, finished work card. You can do that. The only problem is there are 5 cards there. You give them 5 cards, all right. Helping them to keep it safe may be an issue. But what overseas they do is they print out, laminate the cards, they punch a hole, and then they put that clip, that circle one. Okay, the circle clip, like your keychain. So the children can flip and show. All right. What I do instead is, I'm a lazy bum, you see. Printing, and then for each child, I got to cut out 5 cards. Then I'll be counting times 10. Okay. So what I do instead is I print out everything on that one card, and then I give the child a quotes peg. Whatever is it they want, they peg, and then they show it to me. Then I can see. So there's only one card. Okay. Now, you can also do an emotions card for the child. Again, I will do the whole lot, and then they peg. All right. So you can, why? Because there's something called social emotional learning, which started like almost 20 years ago overseas. That's just come in to Malaysia. In the Curriculum Pra Sekolah 2026, social and emotional learning is actually embedded in the curriculum. So we teach children to identify their feelings and what is appropriate and inappropriate response to those feelings. Okay? So the emotions card, all right, will help. Right? Then your calm corner, calm down choices. Overseas, every classroom, kindergarten to year 3 or so, will have a calm down corner. The students will go over there, all right, and you teach them to take deep breaths. There could be a book there to read. There could be some soft toy for them to hug, stress ball or something to squeeze. And then the last one is the calm jar, which I like. Okay, the calm jar you make yourself. What you do is that you get the 500 ml water bottles. You fill it. Either you fill it full with cheap cooking oil, or what you could do actually is that fill 3/4 with cooking oil and one quarter with water. The water, all right, can be colored water. Then you put in lots of glitter. Yep, lots of glitter. And if you want, you put some small little toys inside. So what you do is that you get the child to shake it and then hold it or put it down, and they will wait for all the glitter to settle to the bottom of the bottle. So what happens is that the child is focusing on that. While he's focusing on that, all right, he'll slowly feel calmer. And he has something to look at. If not, you sit here for 5 minutes and calm down, okay? Then you walk off. The child doesn't know okay? There's nothing to attract. So you use the calm jar. Very useful. You know what I've also used a calm jar for? Shake, 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 shake. Okay, you sit here, you watch this. When all the glitter has reached the bottom, then you may come back, okay, for the lesson. So I use it as a timer as well. Yeah, you need to experiment with the amount of glitter and the amount of oil, whether you want it all oil, or a certain percentage. Oil will make the glitter move slower. Water is much faster. Yeah. So visible supports make routines and expectations clear, give choices, support emotions, and build success. What I have done, I said, take the deep breath in the calm corner. You can actually, if not, you contact me. I've actually got these cards. Okay, like there's a star there. So the children follow the star, breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. So what happens is that automatically they're doing the deep breathing, or they slow down their breath. So there are cards. Actually, they are actually overseas. They're very good at this. Doing this for donkey years. So they've got cards to guide the children for everything. The idea is to make the children independent. Here in Malaysia, we do everything for them. All right. Now, connect before correct. Use fewer words when the child is escalating, getting more upset. Teach only when the child is calmer. So how do you connect? Use words like this. You're safe. I'm here. Okay, sorry, it should be safe hands. Come beside me. Sit here, or come here. Okay, let's try again. So don't lecture them. Try to be sarcastic, like, or ask things like, why do you do that? During peak distress, cannot get through. In fact, it makes it worse. It's like you yourself, when you're very angry and you've had some words, argued with somebody, do you still feel like talking nicely? No, right? You just want to know, can you just go away and leave me alone before I turn into monster? That's what you want to do, right? Correct. Okay. So in the same way, all right, the children don't want so many words. They cannot process it. Remember my emotional thermometer? Blue, green, okay, yellow, orange, red. People are orange and red, they cannot hear you. Okay, you have to wait until they go down to blue and green before you talk to them or teach them. Okay, now, here, let's change all our instructions, our rules to the positive. So don't hit becomes safe hands, please. Don't grab. Ask, my turn, please. Okay, don't shout becomes quiet voices, children. Don't run becomes walking feet, please. Don't hide. The child's underneath cannot tahan, so you teach the child to show the what? Can I have a break card? The break card is when they put it up, they are allowed to get up from their seat and go to the calm corner or the book corner or wherever to sit down for a few minutes. That's their break card. Okay, so we may have a bit of an issue because we don't have a calm corner. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'll tell you what I've done once. You have to go and look for Ban Hin Bee or any other electrical shop. Okay, and then you have to beg or buy, if you have to, their washing machine box. Okay, their washing machine box, very big, right? Then you take that washing machine box and you make that your calm corner. So when you're not using it, you push it to the corner. When you're using it, you pull it out a bit, but the child will be facing the wall. You decorate it a bit lah. So inside your washing machine box, your calm corner, you could actually stick on the wall. One is that, the star breathing I said just now. You can stick the star breathing there. Correct? Then, so they can see that. Then after that, you can put in a traffic light. Red, yellow, green. So when they go in, they feel that they are red. Correct? Then after that, you check where are you now? Maybe orange. And finally, when you feel you're green, you can come out. Then you can put in one or two soft toys inside. Okay, a cushion. Can be done. All right. All right. De-escalation. Child is very upset already. On your emotional thermometer, they are at orange and red. So teacher, stay calm. Use a steady voice, calm body language, and controlled facial expression. Then reduce demands. Don't give instructions and all. Okay, just lower the pressure. All right. Give them space. If you want, okay, if they are still willing to do whatever work, you are near them, you're right, not on top of them, literally. Then use fewer words that validate their feeling at that moment, okay, because they're escalated, the emotions are high, and offer simple choices, okay, to help the child maintain, to regain control. Would you like to take a break or finish, okay, or you finish the work later, so you can give choices, okay? So all these are in your pictures in your worksheet. So, all right. When classroom strategies are not enough, seek help when their child discloses abuse or you suspect abuse. All right. Inform principal, and principal will have to inform the authorities if there is the child is in an unsafe place. Father has been beating the family up, and he does it every time, all right, a few times a week when he comes home drunk, so they need to be taken away. Repeated dangerous aggression or running away. Running away, dangerous aggression, okay, keep on attacking, hitting, biting the other children. This child needs expert help. Severe distress or withdrawal. For 1 hour, okay, will be in the corner, won't move, won't talk, or keeps crying and won't, non-stop. There is a major change in functioning. Whenever something is not right, there is a change in behavior. And in psychiatry and mental health work, we always look for change. So if you've got a lady who's always very well dressed for work, wears matching earrings lah, okay, and the shoes also match, okay, and quite jolly and all that. Slowly you discover no earrings, okay, the clothes look like not have been ironed, yeah, doesn't talk much, doesn't want to chit chat with people during lunch. That something is different. Okay. Uh, this is a case that Dr. Lai had. There was this girl. The mother went back to work when the brother started year 1. Before that, mom was looking after the kids. So when the boy was in year 1, the girl was in year 4. So boy in afternoon school, okay, sister in morning school. Then what the arrangement made was that the mom would send the girl to school in the morning, then send the boy to her parents' house. Grandfather will collect the girl and send the boy at lunchtime. Now then, the girl will stay with the grandparents in the afternoon. And every afternoon, the grandmother goes to the nearby market. It's an afternoon market. Okay. And after some time, the teacher noticed changes. Form 4 girl, very quiet, won't talk to others before, won't talk to others. Okay, she was a school prefect, but you can see that she's not really, focused on her duties. Her schoolwork either done without much care or without much focus. All right. So the teacher went and tried to talk to her. She didn't want to talk, but there were tears rolling her cheek. So the teacher tried again and again and again to talk to her. After about 6 weeks, the girl finally said something which gave the teacher a shock. The teacher went to immediately see the principal. Okay. They called Dr. Lai and he asked the teacher to go to the police station to make a police report. Also informed, asked the principal to call the mom to come in. All right. What happened was actually every afternoon when the grandmother was at the market, the grandfather will be touching the granddaughter inappropriately. Okay. So the mother came to collect the daughter, and Dr. Lai said, I will see her immediately. So they took to see Dr. Lai. And then Dr. Lai's medical officer had to go down to the Pondok police in the hospital to make a police report. Okay. But you know what was, we were really upset was this. But 2 days, a day or two later, the mother came to the clinic to see my husband. Can you tarik balik the police report? Can you withdraw the police report? You know why? Because the other family members say very malu for the family. Because the grandfather very malu. I was really mad. I said, what about the girl? Okay, so no, my husband said no withdrawing. All right. School also, of course, won't withdraw. So the teacher found out because of a major change in the child's functioning, the behavior. All right. Risk of harm to self or others. This one, especially if they're older. Okay, we are very much afraid when these children are older, especially teenagers. But let me tell you this, I have primary school teachers here, right? In Penang, the youngest suicide was a 9-year-old girl. The youngest suicide was a 9-year-old girl. Her apartment was on the 4th or 5th floor, but she jumped from the 11th floor. Why? To make sure that how do we know that she jumped from the 11th floor? Because her school bag was found on the 11th floor. So 9 years old. So be careful if they say that they don't want to live, they want to die, there's no hope anymore, be careful. And this one, you definitely need to All right. Get mental health professionals involved. Right. Next, do not, okay, if it's a suspicion of abuse, don't go and investigate. You are not the investigator or the police. Don't go and ask leading questions like your grandfather. He did it to you? What did he do? Tell me. All that you're not supposed to ask. Do not promise secrecy. Okay. Do not contact unsafe adults outside procedure. So you are not allowed, don't go and tell the grandfather, hey, your granddaughter said this, okay? And don't diagnose mental health conditions because you are not a mental health professional. You can suspect and you send through your organization or school for mental health assessment. Okay. Can you have a look at this? And I will give you a few minutes to do this, and then I would like you all to share verbally, okay? Some of this, what you will do. Oh, while you are doing this, you can also ask questions. I just remembered the questions part. You're welcome to ask questions verbally.
There are 3 questions here. This is talking about attention span. How can we maintain even the short attention span for the students in class?
Our attention spans are getting shorter, and that is because of our lifestyles, which have been affected by screens and devices. Okay, you will probably be shocked to know that according to the American Association of Child and Adolescent Psychiatrists, all right, babies or infants 0 to 2 years old, 0-minute TV, and toddlers 3 to 4 years old, 20 minutes screen time. That was in 2004. The screen viewing guideline was reviewed in 2024, and now infants 0 to 2, 20-minute screen, and 3 to 4, 40-minute screen. Di Malaysia ada kah macam ni? Adakah 20-minute and 40-minute? Or is it berminit-minit or berjam-jam? I think in Malaysia it's berjam-jam screen time. So the issue now is this, because the 2 periods in a person's life where the brain develops tremendously would be at the ages of 0 to 5, which is why early childhood education is so important, and teenage years. So what happens is that when the children are always on the screen and watching, they get light, movement, sound. Wow, so exciting. All right. Then after that, go to school. Right, children, take out your books. Can you turn to page 59? Right, read the first paragraph. Write your answer. All right. Obviously, that is so different from, wow, what they would look at screen. They're so attractive. So what has happened is that early exposure to screens, all right, actually increases the person's need, the brain's need for higher stimulation. They need higher stimulation to stay focused. Okay, so for those who have young children, if you're in kindergartens and all that, try to tell the parents to cut down on screen time. Then on those who are already been affected by screen time, so in your classrooms, you need to, all right, attract and keep the children's attention by changing activities. Okay, so for instance, what you can do is this. You can either do this as a whole class or you can do this as a group station work, move from one station to the other. By the way, the Ministry of Education for Prasekolah and they actually do advocate station work. You move and move. So just say circle time, they come in, we sing the ABC song, and then I read the chicka chicka boom boom story about the alphabet. Then okay, children, I divide them into say 4 groups, 4 stations. They move from station to station. Okay, so it could be that station A, I've got the letters, plastic letters A, B, C, okay, until Z. They have to arrange it in order. Okay, they have to arrange it in order. Okay, and it's the small letters arranged in order. Now, the next station, okay, what they have to do is they have to match an animal or a picture to the right letter. So, like for example, I for igloo. So they're going to look for the igloo and match up. Okay. Then the third station, now what happens is this, is that they each get a little worksheet, and the worksheet is actually on a, what do you call this? It could be on a card. It could be on a, what's that? A clipboard. Okay. So what they do is this, there are there's a big, say a big card there. All right. And the children will match on the card. You have picture and you have the letter. They have to match. Maybe you can get them to draw a line, or you give them a colorful colorful, what's that called? Ice cream stick. They match. Then what they do is that they do that on their worksheet. Okay. And then the final station, all right, what I can actually do is I can put a laptop there, and then what? They sing a song. Okay, so I am doing the alphabet, but it's different activities. I can do it one after the other or in groups. Move around. Before you get them to move in groups, you need to teach them how to do it. Okay, and how they talk and behave. Even our teenagers don't know how to do group work.
Yeah.
All right, so keep changing. Then another thing that I can do is this. Okay, instead of asking the children to sit down and write A, B, C, okay, I can actually give them Play-Doh and tell them to make the letters from Play-Doh. So you roll it into like a snake, you break it up and you make A, B, C. You can also do that. Okay, for children who cannot or not very sure of the letter shapes, you can actually laminate paper. What you laminate actually is, for example, the letter L. Okay, the letter L. So you draw it or you print it out, a big letter L. Okay, and then what the children will do is that they'll roll their Play-Doh and put it on that laminated L, the paper. So that will be the guide for them. Okay, so if they use that, you know that it will automatically be correct. That is called an error-free activity. The children don't make mistakes. Error-free activity. Okay? Can? Then you can also use that letter L, that card. Go and get, what do you call that? What are those counters? The chips, the chips. You can put chips on the L.
So basically, it's hands-on learning and try to
Correct.
diversify the learning modes. Okay.
Let me put it this way. I like to tell people this. If you don't give children an engaging activity to do, then the devil will give them something to do. You will have, correct? You don't give them engaging activities to do, the devil will give them something to do, and you're not going to like it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so looking at the time, I do not want to delay further. But before we just dismiss, yeah, really thank you to a loud shout out to Datin Indranee and also for everyone here. Um, Even though most of the time, some of us are just close with the camera and everything, but I believe today's session, the message is very clear, huh? How we can engage to the students. There's so many tips, right? So, yeah, so many things to learn from just one session. But we would love also to hear your feedback. Let me post it in also in our Zoom chat to you. Um, and even in this feedback, like I mentioned before, is also for us to know whether you need a certificate or not. And we would like to hear your feedback also because this is how we can improve in our future webinars and even for future topics that you may be in need of, and we can also explore together, right? So yeah, I will stop here now. You can click on the link in the Zoom chat also, huh?